Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another unboxing video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Tesoro Durandal Ultimate Backlit Mechanical Gaming Keyboard. And just before I get started, I want to say a big thank you to the guys over at Tesoro for sending this my way to review. So let's start off by getting it out of the box, and then we'll talk tech specs, the differences between mechanical and conventional membrane keyboards, and detail out what this keyboard has to offer. So first up, here's what you need to know. The keyboard has two high-speed USB 2.0 ports, in addition to audio headphone and mic jacks, LED backlit keyboards, a gold-plated USB connector, rubberized feet designed to prevent slipping, a palm rest for more comfortable use, embedded multimedia keys, and a switchable gaming mode with up to 5 programmable profiles. On top of all of that, it's presented in this really nice slick black colour with this brushed metal look to the backing, and there's also this cool metal look around the edge. In addition to this, it is, as previously stated, a mechanical keyboard. Now, for those of you that are new to the notion of a mechanical keyboard, allow me to explain. The majority of people will use what is known as a membrane keyboard. In these keyboards, your keys are not strictly separate to one another, as they are all connected by a series of pressure pads, which, when depressed, will complete the contact point and send the relevant signal to your PC. On the flip side, a mechanical keyboard uses actual physical switches underneath each and every one of the keys to determine whether the user has pushed a key. This provides a much more tactile and satisfying response. If you've ever heard someone typing on a really clicky sounding keyboard, then there's a good chance they're using a mechanical, or they're just a really loud typer. So that's a very brief answer to the question, what is a mechanical keyboard? Now let's get back to the product at hand. The other great thing about this keyboard is that, being a gaming keyboard, it has a series of profiles that can be programmed to suit your every need. So in order to look at that, let's jump over to the software that comes included with the keyboard and see what you can do with it. Now, this wouldn't be a gaming keyboard without a plethora of options to fine-tune, and what you're seeing here is the Durandal software, the software for this keyboard that allows you to fine-tune and program the different buttons. So the first thing you need to do is switch your keyboard between game mode and conventional use mode. This is a really important thing to note, because when I first used this and it was automatically in game mode, I was wondering at first why the Windows key wasn't working, but that's because when you're in gaming mode, the Windows key is disabled. That way you don't accidentally press it and have it bring up the thing that you don't want it to do. Instead, that way it disables it, so you can then either reprogram it for something else, or you just don't have to worry about it. So if you want to use this conventionally, for just sort of day-to-day word processing and things, then you're probably going to want to switch it back to the normal mode. But then when you're gaming, this is where this software comes in. So if you press the function key, FN and F12, then you switch gaming mode on. Once gaming mode is on, the Windows key will no longer work, but you are then free to program this keyboard. So you'll see right at the top you have different profiles 1 through 5. Each of these can be programmed differently. What you can then do is you can assign a macro. So you see right at the bottom you've got M1 through M10. 10 different macros. So if I click on M1, for example, I then have the option to select different keys, and I can also select different options with it. So for example, let's just say, for argument's sake, that we choose control. That is now marked as M1. I can then click on this drop down here, and I can assign different things. So for example, I can make it automatically cut, copy, paste, undo, different things like that, find things, new things, all these different things like that. There's a lot of kind of predefined options that I can already use. However, I can also program macros. So you can see this brings up the macro editor, and from there I can then record a macro, I can perform an action, I can stop it, and then I can save it. So in that case, if I want something specific done that isn't pre-recorded, then I can make it myself. For example, one thing that I've often found very useful about gaming equipment is that it often also doubles up very well for video editing. Making YouTube videos means I do a lot of video editing, and with video editing there are a lot of keyboard shortcuts. Be it a gaming mouse or keyboard, I will often use one profile for video editing and one for gaming. But either way, this is your macro editor. You can then record a variety of different things, save it, and you're done. So I will leave this for now, for the time being. It's okay. Yes, I want to save this macro. And you can then see that I can go around and I can pick different, different keys for that. I can then put M6 on there, M7 on there, and I can move them around as I see fit. So potentially what you might want to do if you've got a game, say you're playing an RTS, you're playing StarCraft or something, you might want to sort of map a few things to your numpad to make it slightly more useful. But either way, that is entirely up to you. You have the freedom to do whatever you want with these 10 macros and assign them to your profiles. But also the cool thing is you can import profiles. So if you so wish, you can then import a profile. So for example, say you're working as a team or you're playing as like a team on a game, and you say that someone on your team should be working with this particular keyboard setup, you can then send it to them and then they can work with that. Again, you can export yours as well. So if you've got something that works really well for you, why not export it and share it with your team? And again, once you've done all of that and you've saved it, make sure that if you're not playing a game, then you switch back to your conventional mode. So again, function and F12 will return your keyboard to conventional PC mode, so your Windows key will then work and you're good to go again. So that is everything you need to know about the software that comes with the product. But what is it actually like to use? Well, I've been using this keyboard for a few weeks now and I am loving it. Often I will try out different products and then typically return to whichever one I prefer afterwards. But I am still using this keyboard over my Alienware predecessor and I have no intention of switching back. The programmable modes have proven useful for both gaming and also day-to-day use. The ability to set up a mode that works nicely with Adobe Premiere when I'm editing videos is extremely handy. In addition to that, it's extremely comfortable to use both with and without the palm rest, but given the option I would always attach the palm rest. It reduces any strain you might get after prolonged use. So in summary, if you're in the market for a mechanical keyboard, then I'd definitely recommend you check out the Tesoro Durandal Ultimate. I'll leave a link to the Tesoro website in the description box down below, and I'll also leave a link to this particular product as well. I want to give another big shout out to the guys over at Tesoro for sending this my way. I'll definitely be getting plenty more use out of this. And as always, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, show your support, that does really help me out, and obviously don't forget to subscribe for daily gaming videos. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you guys use as your daily keyboard. Are you mechanical or are you membrane? Either way, let me know. And again, thanks for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.